Hello and welcome to the 2019 Greywolf 19 SM used unit, of course. So we'll start with the power cord right here. Just plugs into this little port right there. So you can see that little notch right there. Lines up with that notch right at the bottom there. Push it in, little 8th turn locks it in, and then the threads in the back there just like lock them down, really locks it in place. And then as you follow the cord back, see you've got a standard 30 amp end right there. Most campsites will have that. You can just plug straight on into that. And then you got power to your trailer. In the back corner here, you can see you've got your stabilizer jack there. So what you do with that is you're going to bring that down, contact the ground with it, and another turn or so just to firm up the trailer. And that's all you're looking for. Just take the balance out of the trailer. Right above your power port is your fridge port. That's just a service port, nothing much for you to worry about back there. Right up here, you've got your exterior shower. So you'll get a little key just like this one here. Slides into there, turn it, open it up. And you've got a 3-foot hose, hot and cold water. So if the dog's out getting cold or whatever, you can spray them off. Right below it are your water connections. So you can see on the right here, you've got your city water connection. So you take a water hose, stick it into there, turn on the water, pressurizes the water lines throughout the unit. And then right beside it's your fresh water connection. So you take that same water hose, stick it into there, it fills up your fresh water tank. And then right up here is your black tank flush. So you'll notice over time as you go to dump out your tanks, you may notice that it's not necessarily reading empty anymore. It'll read 1/3, 2/3, whatever it may be. So what you're going to want to do is just take a water hose, stick it into there, turn on the water with your black valve open, and that'll just flush out the tank. And as for your black valve, right down here, you just got this little sewer cap there, it just pulls off. So those 2 ears are the same 2 ears as the sewer hose, just sticks under there, lock it into place. On the left here is your black valve, signifying your black tank. So your black tank is filled from your toilet, of course dirty water, so you're going to want to dump that out first. And once that's done, you'll come over here to this gray valve here, symbolizing your gray tank. Gray tank is filled from your sinks and your shower, so generally cleaner water. Open that up, flush out the hose afterwards. Just helps keep everything clean. And right here, this little port is your cable inlet, so you just take a coax cable, plug it into there, turns on your fires up at your TV location. And then right in the front here is your hot water tank. So before you ever turn it on, you just want to hit that relief valve right there. Make sure that bit of water comes out. That bit of water coming out is just letting you know that it is full and it's safe to fire up. And in the bottom left corner here, you just got that little black switch. What that does, it just turns on the hot water tank with electricity. Now this push to reset right here, for turning it on with propane, that is inside. However, you may come to a point where you need to reset it. That reset is just right here. So on the right, it's just the light switch. And on the left, up and down. You undo these 2 knobs there, push it back. You can open up and see your 2 propane tanks here. They are both full. So we're going to run it off of that one right now. Back up. And right behind it's your battery box. You have a battery in there. The battery, as long as you're plugged in, is being charged. And down the side here, another option for charging your battery would be a Furion solar panel. Just plug it right on into there, charges your batteries. Right here's just a little storage compartment. So this is where I'd gotten your power cord from. You can see in the back there you've got your hot water tank. So when it comes to winterizing and getting your bypass all set, that's all just right back there. And then right up on the wall here, just hung up, you've got your manual override for your tongue jack, as well as the jack here for all of your stabilizers. Right down here, we've got your exhaust for your furnace. So if you're ever running your furnace, you just want to make sure nothing's drooped over that. It does get hot. Of course, your 2 exterior speakers here, as well as a TV mount. So the TV just slides right into that V channel. And right up here is just a little fridge vent, or stove vent, sorry. So whenever you're using that stove, it is a propane stove, of course, it's putting off fumes. So you just got the little fan right above it, evacuates out that vent there. And then into the back, you've got the little bike rack here. So it does clear your slide out. Just be mindful of that. If you've ever got anything on top of it, it does increase its height. You don't want it hitting the slide outs. And that's that. So you just got this little handle here. Just point it wherever you like it. We'll have it out. Door just pulls open. It is on a friction hinge, so wherever you leave it, it will stay there, unless of course the wind gets too strong. For your steps, just pull that little lock off, and then they just fold out. Right up on the wall here, all of your controls. So this light switch on the left there, all of your interior ceiling lights. The light switch in the center does a porch light, which is kind of towards the front actually. And the one on the right here does your pendant right above your ceiling, as well as on the back wall here. This one top center is your awning light. And then right up in the very top here, the slide out room. Press and hold out, and you can see that back room makes its way out. Once it's out all the way, it'll just kind of set itself in place, and that's that. That's it. And then just to the right here is your awning. So press and hold extend, and the awning will make its way out. One thing to be mindful of, your door does contact the arm, so you want that door at a 90-degree angle before extending. Because it is so windy here today, it's as far as I'm really safely willing to go. The backs here, with each arm really. See, you've got this little push pin there. Just squeeze that in, and you can pull the awning arm in or out based on how you'd like your pitch to be set up for running water off or more shade, whatever it may be. Instructions are just clearly right there. Again, same thing, as well as the back. So on the note of the wind with this awning here, once you get up to about 15-20 kilometers an hour, it does start taking it, and you don't want to have it extended at that point, just run the risk of bending arms and stuff. So right down here is your monitor panel. So you can see you got your battery charge level. So currently C for charging, G would be good, F is fair, and L is low. Same idea for your fresh. So as you fill that up, you can see it's full right now. We'll drain that out for you. Currently at full, and as you used it, it would go to 2/3, 1/3, and then empty. As for your black, that would fill up. Same thing for your gray. So we'll make sure those are all empty before you pick up your trailer here. And then in the bottom, we just got pump. So turn on that pump, draws out of the freshwater tank. And then right beside it's your hot water tank. Turn that on, get that light there letting you know that the ignition sequence will start. It'll go out once the sequence has started. So it actually didn't take too long to fire up there at all. It was one click and it was going. If that light were to come back on now, it's just letting you know it hasn't lit up. So at that point, you'd be going outside and hitting that reset that we talked about earlier. So on the wall here, you've got a geofire protected outlet, as well as the two lights right above your sink. The sink is the one standard cover exposing two. So of course, hot and cold water here with the shower head feature. Moving over, you can see you got microwave here, standard household, not much I can teach you about that. Right below it's your stove vent, so you got the light there as well as the fan that I was telling you about. So the bifold cover on your stove here just folds back. Turn the knobs over to the little flame there, it should fire right up for you. This little button on the right there does your knob lights as well as the stove lights. For your stove, again, just turning it over to the light there and hitting the sparker. Then in the back corner there, you'll be able to see. There we go, you can see that pilot light coming in now. So we'll just press this knob in for another couple seconds or so just to let it go, then you can let go and it should keep itself going. If it hasn't, just try again and you can just keep pushing it in longer. With that pilot light going, turn it over just to your desired temperature and she'll fire right up for you. Once you're done, you can bring it back to pilot. However, if you're leaving the trailer for a while or if you're going traveling, you want to make sure that's right off. Moving down here, you've got your dinette here. So of course, because the slide out does come in over it, you do have to make sure that the dinette is down for traveling. Otherwise, standard, just got the tabletop here with the 2 legs. Slide into place. And then the table goes on top of it. Just like that. Then in the back here, with your slide out, you can see you've got this one little pigtail there. It slides right into here so that you can get power. It does fit only one way, so you don't got to worry about that. And then you can see you've got all the lights through here. The lights in here are just on their own little push buttons, so if you wanted to turn them off, you can do so. Personally, I just pull that out. All right. This here is a fold-up couch. So you grab the back there, pull it up. There we go. You can see you've got the little lights in the bottom there, as well as USB charging. Storage here, just closet space, pantry, as well as in the bottom. Then right on the bottom here is your converter, so pop that open. Right down the center here, all of your breakers. So whenever a breaker breaks, it'll sit in the middle, so just turn it off and then back on. And all of your fuses on the side there. If a fuse ever pops, you'll get a little red LED right beside it, letting you know exactly which one's popped. Right over here is your LP detector. So propane is heavier than air. It sits on the floor. So the way this works is just like a smoke detector. Once it detects it, it starts going off. And then your fridge here. Bunch of space. And then up in the very top are your main controls. So the power button turns it on there. With this button on the right here in, it's running on auto, which is first going to use AC power, then it'll switch to gas. If you wanted to run it solely on the gas, you have that button come out and it'll run on gas. If that little check light there were to come on while you've got it running on gas, it's just letting you know that it hasn't lit up. At that point, just off and back on to reset it. And if it still doesn't go, just make sure you've still got propane. This little skylight here does have its own little blind, smoke detector. And this here is just the thermostat just for your furnace. So we'll just select your temperature there. All the way over to the left is off, and then just finding your temp. Now the furnace is moving its air through all of these black ducts along the floor. And as for your air conditioner, it's on its own unit here. So you got all your control here is on the left. Turn that over. The optional heat, don't believe is installed. If you wanted it installed, by all means bring it back to us, we can do that for you. So this here, with the blue line there, it's letting you know that there's cooling with it as well. If you were to have it on the black, that is just a fan. And then temperature selection on the side here. With the air conditioner going or the fan going, you got 2 different options with it. You can have this louver here open, in which case it's just dropping all of its air right here, or you can close it and it'll start moving it out the sides and the back. Alright. That's it. And into the bathroom. Small, fairly basic. Shower with hot and cold water, of course. Standard shower head. The light in here is just on its own push button. Medicine cabinet, a bunch of space in it. Hot and cold water, of course, at your sink. And the GFI test on the bottom, and the reset right on top. So if you ever have an outlet that doesn't work, this is a good thing to check. Then of course the toilet here with the foot lever just over to the side. Right above here is the fan. So you just got this little knob in the corner here. You pull that down to unlock it, and then turn it to open. And then in this corner right here, you've got the fan switches. So you got 1, 2, 3, and 4 different speeds. And then right beside it, turns it off. Close it back down, get it tight, and push that knob up to lock it. And then in the front here, you've got, of course, the 2 bunks, USB charging, as well as an outlet on the wall, both up and down, as well as a little closet space here. When you're in the bed there, you've also got storage in the front corner there, and then of course emergency exit on the side. Down on the floor by your entrance is your fire extinguisher. It's the standard, pull the pin, point and shoot, and that's that. And lastly is your stereo right here. So the power button turns it on. After that, it is very straightforward. Hit Bluetooth there. You can link your phone up to it. It's automatically searching for your phone. When you do connect to it, it's going to ask you for a password. That password is just right here, the 4 zeros. All right. So if you've got any other questions on the unit, please feel free to give us a call to 204-237-7272.